Hey, what up, barbecue family? It's Joe Mill here, back with Killer Miller Q, and we're gonna start the new year off right. We're gonna be janktified today, as you can see from my handy dandy wristwear. But we're gonna be doing some smoked barbecue chicken. Been a little rainy around here, so we're not gonna get the Lone Star out. I got the pellet grill coming up to temp. Let's get there. All right, team. Here we go. We got the starter show out here. This fresh young chicken here. Things I like about this one, I get this from Costco. They come in a 2-pack. Usually I'm paying around 12 to 14 bucks. So I mean, you're talking about $6-7 to get you a whole chicken. All white meat. They don't add no salt on here. This one's pretty clean as far as it's not completely organic, but I mean, this is pretty natural for what it's worth. I look at all of that stuff, and then one of the things that, like I was talking about earlier, that we getting into is how we can do something where we could be smoking and grilling, but being able to keep it a little bit more cleaner. So at the end of the day, got to start with some good products. So we got some good chicken here. I'm about to get this out the package, get this baby cleaned up a little bit, and then I'll bring you right back. All right, so we got that bird cleaned up. A lot of people like to do it a lot of different ways. Whether you're a traditionalist, you like to actually get that bird wet, clean it all out. Whether you just want to pat it dry and go with the newer USDA recommended guidelines, you go for what you know. I like to get some of that yellowish coloring and skin up out of there, open it up a little bit and get rid of some of that extra fat that's normally going to be there. A lot of times you might have a longer neck. I like to cut that back a little bit. Maybe even some of this opening here I might open up, along with any of that nastiness in there that you don't want. Cut it up out of there, get rid of them guts and giblets and giblets and all that good stuff. From there, we got us a clean chicken. We pretty much ready to go. All we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be hitting it with a layer of some olive oil spray. I love this in the spray container because it's super easy to be able to apply onto the bird and everything. I'll spray it on both sides, starting with the back, and then we're gonna get into our seasoning here of choice today. We are rolling with the Jank. Hey, let me tell you something. This brother here, Lamar, good cat, sent me this package. You might have seen it. I put it up there. Had the rub and also had the sauce. I already tasted the seasoning because I always got a pre-taste to give an idea of what I want to put it on, but also how I need to pair it and so on and so forth. We're going to be doing this barbecue smoked chicken today, and I'm looking forward to trying this out. I didn't get a chance to taste the sauce yet. I haven't opened this up. First thing that struck me when I kind of looked at this initial packaging and everything was it's official like a ref with a whistle. You know what I mean? I love the official little certified card that we got on there. It came with a wristband that I'll show you here in a second. And basically, we're going to start the new year in this first time knocking out my 2023 food prep with the Jank on my chicken, and I think it's gonna be great. Once I tasted this, man, it kind of reminded me instantly of kind of like ham, Thanksgiving, and something like that. It had a nice overtone to it, more of a warmer type of a flavoring versus being super salty or seasoning salt or anything like that. So I know it's gonna go great on some ribs or something like that, or some pork. But initially, I want to try it out today on my bird. So, and if you're nothing else, I love that he wrote my name on there, man. It just looks so sweet to see Killer Miller Q in writing, shall we say. But I appreciate you, Lamar, for getting this out here. Now I'm gonna put some love on this name and this bird. So we're gonna spray this thing down. We're gonna be getting this thing rubbed down with the Jank, inside and out, front and back. I'll bring you right back. There we go. Even pull back them wings so it can be sitting back nice and pretty and player-like for 2023. Got that Jank on there. Smells amazing. Now this rub does got quite a bit of sugars in there, as you kind of look on there, and as I've taught you about reading these food description labels and everything. You got sugar first, you got brown sugar, then you got spices, tomato powder. They're letting you know right off the bat what's in there the most, all the way down and through. So it's not a super salty rub, which is good because this is going to be my chicken that I'm kind of doing with my meal prep for the week. And then also we're going to be getting some barbecue sauce over there coming off the top or over the top of this chicken. But it does have a beautiful color to it. It does have a great little flavor. Like I said, I can imagine this on some ribs, some beef ribs, some Man, some flanklin steaks. I mean, you can probably do a whole lot of different things with this right here. But we're gonna start it off on this nice smoked barbecue chicken. I got my Green Mountain Grill coming up to temp now. We're gonna be cooking at about 300 today. I planned initially to do this on my Lone Star, but after 2 days of straight rain, all my wood soaked, and we don't even want to go out here and try to get this thing dirty. So we're gonna go with the easy method. That's why you got more than one grill. We're gonna be slipping over there to that Green Mountain Grill, and I'll bring you there in just a sec. Like I told you, man, this thing is official. Straight up 100% Janktified goodness. I love this one. I'll leave y'all with that, and then we're going right over there to the pit. So this chicken has sweated out beautifully. I mean, you know what? It's almost from afar. Almost look like this thing's been cooked already. But that's just that jank rubbing in there good. Look at that nice looking syrup. We're going to probably base that right back over the top of this bird. But went ahead and got this thing going. We steady Freddy at 300. It's been burning for a while now. I got my normal Costco pellets in there, which is a blend of oak, hickory, maple, and cherry. Love that cheap pellets they got there. Grill's all cleaned out. And now we just gonna get this baby on. And I tell you what, that smells amazing just hitting the actual racks already. We're gonna let this hang out. I kind of got it cheating over here towards the right side of my smoker so we can get a little bit of the cooler side of the grill. Hopefully can get a little bit more of the smoke. Like I said, I'm at 300. I'm gonna come back in about a half hour. Won't be much to see, but I will get this thing a rotation. And before I go ahead and put this thing to bed, I am gonna hit it with a little pro trick. Just a little bit of this old Pam right over the top is going to help me get some nice crispy skin and also protect this rub since you know it's got a lot of sugar in it. Hey team, I want to jump in here real quick like normal and let you know thanks for following along on today's cook. If you are new to the channel, go to that bottom right corner, take a second to subscribe, check out some of the other cooks that you've missed, and for everybody that's been following along, keep following along. We got more to go. 30 minutes in, still rolling at 300, steady Freddy. Man, it smells good out here. You can see this thing bloating up a little bit. It's cooking up. We're going to rotate this 180 and let it keep going. My guess is it's probably only going to take us about an hour and 15 minutes or so, something like that. I want to get it pretty much all the way done before we start basting with that barbecue sauce. So we got an hour in here on this old Green Mountain. I just went ahead and took my temps with my ThermoPro Insta-Read. I'm sitting at about 140 over there. My breast be looking good. Good looking coverage going on as far as my skin. I want to go ahead and turn this breast more towards where the heat more or less is coming from, which is usually more towards that middle area right over there. And from there, we're going to let it keep on going. I'm probably going to let it get to at least about 160 before I come on with that sauce and I let it set for the last 5. So check it, we are at an hour and 53 minutes and we are officially about to get ourselves janktified here with some of this sauce. I have officially tasted it out the bottle. I like this a lot. It's smooth, it's got a nice sweetness to it. I love that it's got no corn syrup in there, no artificial flavors, no gluten, and no MSG. And I also kind of like this right here. It lets you know kind of where you're at on this Jankometer. When it's time for you to make sure you get you some more when you're getting low and it's Mayday and time for you to tighten up. So love it. Good tasting sauce here. Nice red sauce. Good sweetness. I'm gonna see where we at. I've been kind of rotating this bird. Like I said, we've got an hour and 53. I'm looking to get this breast to about 160. It's close. 151 before I actually go ahead and start this basting process. Back here on the hotter spots, you see it's at 160, so I'm just gonna get this thing a full rotation. Actually, not a full rotation. I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and give it a flip and even it up and let this other breast kind of get over here towards this hot spot, and then we'll get this a little bit of warmth or a little bit of moisture with some of this sauce. I'm gonna sit this sauce in here a little bit so it can warm up and let it start taking on a little bit of this smoke too. All right, so we 2 hours 20 minutes in. This baby's starting to read at about 160 back there in them breasts. I already know my legs is good to go. It's about time for me to get some basting on here. I don't know if I done said it already, but it smells amazing out here. Part of it is I do love this blend of these pellets from Costco, but this sauce, or I mean this seasoning on this bird From the moment it got on the grill and I hit it and I smelt it, it's got a good flavor coming off of it already. So it's about time to get some of this barbecue sauce, which is nice and warm at this point. Been on the grill. I'm gonna start kind of dabbing it on there. We're gonna get this thing nice and covered up, and we're gonna janktify this bird, and that's how we're gonna kind of go. Let's go ahead and start our new year. There we go. Now we got some good sauce on this bird. I'm gonna let it hang out here for a good 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna drop this thing down to about 250, and then we'll get this up off of here, and I hit it with a little jank on top. Okay, so I'm pretty much right at about 3 hours in. Remember, I brought it down to 250, so that slowed my timing down, and I wasn't in no rush. I wanted to let this thing get a good amount of smoke in here on this thing. Check it out. I mean, I ain't gotta say much. We're gonna start this new year off right. Once I start putting the sauce on, we was already at about 160. That breast might still be a little bit lacking in temperature, but on purpose, I'm gonna let that ride just as is. Part of the reason is I know I got carryover. The other thing is, remember, for me, this is gonna be week prep. So I don't gotta necessarily dry this chicken out so much. It's about to get broken down. It's about to be sitting in the refrigerator, and then it's gonna get warmed back up and everything, and hitting the air fryer. So this is looking good. I might hit it with a little bit more of a light dosing of some of this sauce that I got available, as well as maybe a little bit more seasoning. I'm about to let this hang out, and then we'll get us a little taste. And here you have it, folks. This bird came out pretty good. Ended up taking a little bit I guess longer than I thought, but which I'm not mad at all. But I mean, when I think about it, I was also thinking when I threw out that initial hour and a half type time, that's more or less if I had a spatchcocked it, being that I kept it whole, that always usually takes a little bit longer. And then at the end, breaking it down to 250 also made it take a little bit longer. But I wanted to go to 250 so I didn't burn up my sauce all quickly and everything like that and end up with too dark of a color. But we got some good char on here. I hit it with just a little bit of that extra jank on there on the end. But overall, this bird smells amazing. I got me a little something put to the side. Good looking Lamar on breaking me off with this the jank barbecue sauce and this jank rub. I'm looking forward to putting this on a couple different things that I already can definitely see myself going with. But check out that layer of goodness right there. And it's nice and clean. It don't got all those artificial colors, you know what I'm saying, gluten, MSG, no high fructose corn syrup. That matters to me. And then that rub don't got a lot of salt in it. So like I said, for my meal prep, this is going to be great. Good old smoked barbecue chicken. Let's get a taste. Let me grab this thing up out of here. You see I got on my official Jank Nation wristwear. Yes, yes. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, yeah. Man, that sauce. Jank it up a little bit. Okay. Man. I tell you what. That's pretty good right there. We got to get that on some more proteins. So here we are 1 day later. I can actually give you my full thoughts on what I thought about this rub from the Jank and my guy over there with Lamar, and as well as this old barbecue sauce. Overall, I really enjoyed this. As we're kind of kicking off some of the healthier cooks, like I said in my interview with TNT Barbecue, my guy T, I wanted to kind of start showing some of the things that I do as far as like how do I cook on the weekend and having a little bit of weekly food prep and everything where you can maybe still be able to get out there and smoke, but maybe do something a little lighter, a little something better on your health. Go-to is my whole chicken. Not only is it cheap and economical, I mean, I got that whole roughly 4-pound chicken for $6-7. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm parting that out, and that's going to become my protein for the whole week as far as all my meals. You'll see a little bit more of that on Sunday when I get into some of that meal prep in a short, so make sure you keep an eye out on that. But this rub easily could have been used on some other stuff, but this might be my go-to when it comes to doing some meal prep on my chicken. My main reason being was it was low in salt. I like that. Not a whole lot of sodium in there. Had a lot of flavor. Does got some sugar and everything in there, but I'm not too worried about that. That's not the average person's problem when it comes to eating a little bit more healthier. We're not trying to necessarily bodybuild or anything, but just kind of make it a little bit more cleaner for the week. We can actually get by and take care of the old ticker, if you know what I'm saying. So that rub didn't have a lot of salt in it. I really like that. As well as this barbecue sauce. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors. It was gluten-free as well as no MSG. So at the end of the day, it wasn't nothing but the good stuff. This is also one of the few times where I get a rub that's more sweeter. Didn't have a whole lot of heat on the back end, but really had a really good, consistent, smooth flavor. So I am 100% Janktified. As I said earlier, you can see it here in my wristwear. But really enjoyed that one. Big shout out to my guy over at Lamar with the Jank. Check him out on IG if you haven't. I'll make sure I throw a link of his channel and everything in there as well for you to check out. Other than that, my chicken came out amazing. If anything, if I was really trying to do it like that, maybe I would have started with a light layer of salt. But like I just told you, I purposely wanted to keep it on a little bit lighter on the sodium side, especially if you know you're going to be putting barbecue sauce on the chicken anyway. You don't really need a whole lot of salt. You're probably going to be fine, especially when I'm trying to be lean and clean for my week. But other than that, good times all the way around. Green Mountain Grill came through yet again. Smooth smoke like always coming from the Costco pellets. Shout out to my guys over there with Black Smoke Barbecue. All my family and anybody else that I missed. Happy New Year. It's time to do big things. 2023, we coming. Peace.